I actually just jumped out of the shower, my friends. I kind of worked it hard today. Again, I'm a little bit of an outdoorsman. I live in the woods, and one of the first times I've really put a handle on a full tang knife. I know we're a fragrance channel, but I just wanted to mention that to you that I'm kind of tired now, but worked hard on that. That's something fun to me. Oh, let me turn on the lights. Let me make this a full production. That's much better. That's much better. Anyways, I'm sorry I'm on here a little bit late. Normally get on here at 6 p.m., but a couple minutes late. Actually, another thing I have to tell y'all, besides me, working, being a handy guy, I cleaned my hands up pretty good, so no more epoxy on my hands. But um, I got myself that KFC sandwich. I know we're gonna jump into fragrances soon. I just wanted to talk. Well, and we'll jump into our topic as well. What is a frag head? What is a frag head, and what is it all about, and what does it mean? But we're just taking it easy right now. Just pop in. Tell me what's your scent of the day. I see a couple people popping in here. What's your scent of the day, my friends? How's life treating you? What's good? What's new? What you been smelling? What you been smelling like? And tell me, how's life treating you? So this week was pretty good. I, kind of put myself forward, trying to make some sales and trying to make some dreams happen. Again, I'm still working on the soap project, trying to get some more money, but it takes money. It takes money to make money. So we're going to get there. Hey there, Gam. I don't know. I've very rarely been called baby, but I remember there was a time. I think it was when I was in public school when I was a kid, and the cafeteria ladies would ask you if you wanted gravy, and they say "gravy, baby," like a question. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. I thought that was awesome. They just tell everybody, they say, "Hey, gravy, baby." Anyways, that's a laugh. Thanks. And I don't know if you're referring to my face, but some people think I have a youthful baby face. I don't know if that's true. Anyways, sorry about my rambling ons, but I like doing projects. Like for example, I got this. This is a sheath, and it's to an Italian knife. I bought it, and no, I think it's actually Spain. The brand is called Nieto, and it has a brown paint on it. I don't know if it originally came like this. I really doubt that, but I'm gonna use my Dremel and take away all of this ugly brown paint on this. Hopefully y'all can see that there's leather underneath it. And then I'm going to refinish this whole thing, and it's going to look a lot better. Right now, this is a train wreck. But scent of the day, Calvin Klein Crave. I need to get my nose on that one. Recently, I got my nose on that. Was it Gucci? I think it was Gucci Envy. I recently got my nose on that one. I could show that to y'all sometime. I don't, when I get my hands on or I'm able to show y'all rare fragrances, I don't do that to brag, but it is fun to smell what y'all been talking about. I finally got to smell it. I know what y'all talking about now. I know that I mean, that was a dang good designer fragrance. It's a shame that it's gone. Anyways, Calvin Klein Crave. How's that fragrance? I'm going to look that up right now. I don't remember the notes or much of anything about that one. Calvin Klein Crave. There it is. Non Fragrantica. Let's look at the notes. Gucci Guilty Absolute. Hey, that's a nice one, Lucio. I love that fragrance. It's bold. It's unapologetic. Some people say they get those bandage note, but it is a bit rugged. But if you like Dior Fahrenheit and Encre Noir and that kind of stuff, you might appreciate that. Really confident. If you kind of enjoy that fragrance, and you know that not everybody else around you might enjoy it. That's that kind of fragrance. So, Anthony, scent of the day, Armani Code Ultimate 2012. Is there a reformulation? Is there a difference, or is that just when it came out? If there's a reformulation or a difference between the Code Ultimate 2012 and some different batches, that's a whole nother world that I haven't explored yet. But please inform us or inform me because I don't know, Anthony. But awesome. Yeah, Lucio, that's a good fragrance. Calvin Klein Crave. I actually don't remember seeing this one. I don't think I've ever smelled this one. It has the note of bergamot and it says starfish. I think that's the first fragrance I've seen. A fragrance say it has starfish. I've seen fragrances say they have the note of sand. I've seen fragrances say that they have the notes of the ocean and all that, of course, but I think that's the first one that said starfish. I think I've seen crushed shells before, but never starfish. That's really funny. It's got basil, pimento, coriander, so it's a little bit spicy and woody and fresh, and it's got vetiver, nutmeg, oak moss, tonka bean, and sandalwood. Sounds pretty nice. Some interesting About that starfish note, I don't know what's going on about the starfish. That's some funny business. I don't. Goodness. And I do have to say that I'm looking at Fragrantica and the pictures they put on, those models, it's ridiculous. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing over there? I don't know if y'all seen the picture of Crave. The model is like undressed. I'm like, come on, man, have some class. Have some class. Anyways, Crave is really good. Maybe one of these days I'll get my nose on it. It looks kind of like a, I don't know, one of those like Fahrenheit, what's it called, 32 bottles where it's kind of gradient and white and something that you could throw in a backpack and forget about it and then wear it and then fall in love with it all again. It's got kind of that. It's got, I don't know, that retro sporty kind of look going on. Anyways, let's stop talking about that fragrance. But thanks for sharing something with me. You see a new fragrance every day. I don't think I've ever seen Calvin Klein Crave before. Yes, it is. That's good to hear, Stray Fire. Anyways, how was your weekend, everybody? Did y'all do anything fun? Have y'all done anything? Do y'all have any fun plans? Have y'all done anything cool? I did get that KFC Nashville hot sandwich. Honestly, it was pretty good, but it didn't really have a lot of the Nashville, that Nashville hot chicken magic that I was expecting. But it was still pretty good. I think I'd still have to give the kudos to the Popeyes is probably my favorite, chicken sandwich out there. Maybe y'all would like my content more if I did a battle to the death of the chicken sandwiches. I got all the sandwiches from every chicken place. I don't think I'd want to eat them all at once, but that'd be funny. That'd be really funny. Anyways, uh, any fragrances y'all are excited about? Again, I have what was it called? Sushi Imperial by Boise 1920 on the way. That's an amazing fresh fragrance that you really got to get your nose on if you haven't. And actually, it's a blind fragrance coming my way, like a blind buy, and it's called it's from Ishané. There's a regular like cologne or colognese, and there's a saffron version. Y'all know how much I love that saffron. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. I've been wanting that fragrance for so long. I hope that it's not one that I really wanted for a super long time and then it disappoints me. Nichane makes great fragrances, so I really doubt that it's going to disappoint me. But I have to tell y'all that it's happened sometimes. Like with the Dolce & Gabbana, what was it called? Royal Night. I wanted that fragrance for like a year and a half, and I saved up my pennies, and I finally got it, and it was not what I wanted. Sorry about this camera, guys. I keep getting out of frame. Let's see here. Lucio says playing Rainbow Six all week. Man, is there a new one out? Is that your favorite game? Honestly, I need to find something new. I tried Aground for a little while. I didn't pick up Stardew Valley again, but there's a new big update. I don't know if I want to get back on that one. It was an okay game. It's pretty good, but I kind of want to get into something new. I beat Metro too many times. I did play most and beat most of the Stalker games. I don't know if y'all into that survival stuff, but that's my kind of thing. Survival, kind of dark, and you gotta make it out alive. So that's my kind of deal. Anthony, but Rainbow Six does look good. Anthony says top five gourmand fragrances. Really hard question there. I love gourmands. Gourmands are one of my favorite fragrance styles of all time. And again, there's so many fragrances that are semi-gourmand, and I wouldn't say that they're all the way gourmand, but they have gourmand elements. Like they have some element to food, but they don't really commit to the whole idea of making you smell like edible dessert. But anyways, Cherokee can do that. That's more of a semi-gourmand. Again, I really get a strong wine note out of that. But I love the Zahari. I think it's discontinued from the House of Faidon. That's one of my favorite fragrances like that. Of course, if we're going to talk about gourmands, I'm going to mention Treachery by Mahir Olfactive. That one's like a really rugged, like a rum fragrance. I guess you could say it's gourmand. It smells like I don't know, a pirate's party, and all those guys smell very confident and bold, and maybe have too much musk going on. But that's a gorgeous fragrance. Blackmail is kind of a gourmand, but again, it's different. So I'm just naming some of my favorites. I'm staring at my collection. If you are wondering what I'm doing, I'm staring at my collection, trying to absorb some of my favorite, more gourmand fragrances. There are lots of fragrances that are very interesting. They're very sweet. If you want something daring, if you're watching my channel and you're like, man, I know this guy knows about some weird niche stuff and I wish he'd talk about it, go do yourself a favor and try Uma Guma by Bruno Fazzolari. I think that stuff is crazy, but you might just love it. It's kind of gourmandy because it's chocolatey. I love y'all know how much I love my what's it called, Coco Noir from Il Profumo. I got a vintage batch. It's aged. It's gorgeous. It's a patchouli heaven for me. Trying to think of some other fragrances that are kind of gourmandish. I have Gavinci Pie Extreme, which is kind of gourmandish, not too much. I have 24 Gold Oud Edition, and it's not really gourmandy, but some people might say because of the Taka. I love the Paco Rabanne, the new XS Night. That fragrance is getting more affordable. I hope more people jump on it because that's one of the best designers that I've smelled in a long time, and it came out pretty recently. I don't see everybody talking about it. It's got personality. It's got longevity. It smells great. It's seductive. It's got everything that you want, at least in my opinion. Anthony says, I love Cherokee. Yeah, Cherokee is great. Again, if you're looking at Serge Luton's, that one, 5 o'clock Gingembre, are fantastic. Probably the first ones I'd recommend you try from the house. If you tend to like ambers, or if you're like grown up woody spicy fragrances, Ombre Sultan is out of this world. If you love Dior Fahrenheit, you also have to give it a try. It's not the same as Dior Fahrenheit. It just does something that feels a little bit similar. So Serge Lutens has some real winners. They have some beautiful ones. There's like one that's supposed to smell like bread. I never got my nose on it. Supposedly it's discontinued. I've wanted to get my nose on that fragrance. I don't know when I will get to. But Serge Lutens, great house, great house if you can find them on a good price. Did you ever try Givenchy Very Irresistible? No, that's one of the ones that has eluded me. Even when I got into fragrance, that fragrance was kind of gone and already expensive. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to get my nose on it. Again, I do have some access to some vintage stuff, and I get to smell them here and there. Like I have some Polo Green, the one with the plastic sprayer, like a real 80s one. And I have access to a bunch of random stuff. Like I think I don't even want to name them all because I don't. I need to review them just so they'll stick in my mind. But I got like a leather version of something that's a weird flanker. I got a fresh version, and there's a bunch of like minis and aftershaves. I could show y'all some crazy stuff, and hopefully I will in the future. I've been reviewing a lot of Rojas. That's why I talked about them the last couple weeks ago. I got some reviews of that stuff coming, but let me know. Are y'all more interested in the niche side, the classy, fancy side, like Roja, the vintage, the wearable designer fragrances? I still haven't released. I got it recorded already for y'all, but I got that review of what was it, Green Lover, Lolita Lampica. I know that review is going to be something y'all want to see, and I got it recorded and I got it ready to go. That one's going to be a good review, a great designer fragrance. Already telling y'all that that's a good one. And what are some? I got Kenzo Jungle. I kind of want to give that one another shout out. That one's a unique designer fragrance that worked beautifully for the spring season. Oh my goodness! And y'all know how much I talk about Timbuktu. Timbuktu could work you magic. And there's a lot of good stuff. I got to make y'all spring list. Are y'all looking forward to that? I still haven't really made a top 10 spring or anything. I've seen some people already making top 10 like summer list. Some of these they're kind of aggressive going at it. I don't know. It's spring. It's been spring for me for like 3 weeks, but I didn't want to rush it. But anyways, any more questions? How is your week going? Let me know. Let me know. Again, I feel like Carolina Herrera 212 man is underrated. Very unisex in my opinion. A confident lady who likes aquatics can definitely pull it off. It's really nice. Trust me. Get your nose on it. Let me know what you think about it. Juliet Mad is another house that's underrated. I actually really loved it. I wanted it for a really long time. I actually let it go because again, I'm really crazy. I actually really like the fragrance, and but I don't like redundancy. It was called Garuda from the house of Juliet Mad. I actually let it go. I think I'm gonna do a video for y'all based on fragrances I've sold or let go because if I already have Treachery by Malhair Olfactive, and again that Coco Noir that has patchouli, and they do something similar. And also, I really want to. I'm going to get it sometime in the future here. Grand Pite Reserve. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but by Atkinson's, but I still want to get it, and I feel like it's going to do something similar. So even though I really liked Garuda, it wasn't bold enough. It's a little bit more, I don't know, reserved, and I would say it's a really nice, like spicy patchouli. Maybe the ladies would like it more. I'm not sure, but it's very unisex. It's very nice. It's just maybe not my style. It's more French. That Jewel et Mad Garuda, but I do recommend y'all get your nose on it and give it a try. Anyways, Lucio says, "Is Leighton exclusive worth it?" I do think it's a fantastic fragrance. I used to prefer it over the original Leighton, but I've kind of had a switch of heart. Not only do I feel like the regular Leighton performs maybe a little bit better, it's probably more wearable and it's more mass appealing, especially if you want compliments and to be attractive. The original Leighton really is the winner. But I think that they've toned down, and another reason why I'm holding back on the Leighton exclusive a little bit is that they've taken away the ruggedness. I really wish that they would have just thrown coffee and oud and made it even a deeper, richer Leighton. But the composition is more fresh with grapefruit, and then it used to have that coffee and a little bit of a interesting, like darker, almost patchouli like oud, like Tom Ford oud element to it. And I feel like they've kind of made it a little bit too watery. It's not dense or rich enough as it used to be, so I really don't know if it has the personality, if it's worth the price. That's really what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the price anymore. But Leighton exclusive, I like their idea. I like what they had going on. I'm probably gonna wait till they do a Herod exclusive, or when I save enough money, maybe I can get Hobbed on. Those are probably the ones I want to go for. And Carlisle's gorgeous too. Carlisle's certainly worth trying. It's that one's gorgeous as well, and I'd love to have any of those in the collection. Leighton exclusive is not a bad fragrance by any means, but I maybe they don't it doesn't sell as well if they would make it that rugged or even more rugged. But I think that they need to do that for the people who want a more, I don't know, darker, more assertive, heavier, richer fragrance. I think that's what Leighton exclusive was supposed to be. And when you charge extra money for it and the original performs better, that's just a shame. That's just a shame right there. Anyways, Anthony says Guerlain Le Homme Ideal Cologne, beautiful for spring and summer. Absolutely, that's a great fragrance. It's discontinued if I remember right. It's and they replaced it with the cool version. Have y'all tried the new cool version? What do y'all think about that? I think some of y'all are disappointed that they discontinued that. I think it was a great fragrance, but honestly, there wasn't a lot of hype for it, or it wasn't super popular until everybody started talking about it as a cheapie, and then everybody started going bonkers for it because it was an amazing fragrance for $30 odd. But now y'all know that the price is creeping up on that one. It's a solid fragrance, but I'm interested to see. I wish I knew all the details of the fragrance industry. Why didn't that fragrance sell very well to the average consumer? Does the average consumer think it's too creamy? Does the average person think it's not fresh enough? I'd be really interested to see it. To me, I would like something different on the top and the dry down. And honestly, I don't know if it just in my funny opinion, I think it's not the same fragrance by any means, and it is richer and fuller. But I think the average person might honestly go for something like YSL the original, I mean the not Y, the Leon. I, for some reason with the YSLs, I want to mix them up, but the YSL Leon, the one that came before La Nuit de l'Homme. If y'all are still familiar with that fragrance, it's really easy to wear. It's really nice and versatile and easygoing. And honestly, I'm not that one's still in production as far as I know. Again, I don't know how well it sells. I'd love to know all these details. Hey Benjamin, your audio is cracking quite a bit. Is my audio okay, everybody? I'm sorry if my audio's going bad. Is it okay right now? Let me know. Let me know. I still have my Bluetooth connected. Let me disconnect that. Is it better now? Did the Bluetooth make a difference? I was connected to some Bluetooth headphones, but I wasn't using them, and there's no way for me to speak into the headphones. But hopefully that improved things. Anyways, any new fragrances that y'all have on the way? Anything that y'all are excited about? Are y'all excited? Are y'all reaching for fresher fragrances? Or do y'all care about that? Again, in my opinion, in the spring, it's great to have a fresher opening and then have like a wood, maybe something floral. You can certainly do that, but I love the things that are kind of like woody and spicy, a little bit in the base, but it's still a fresher composition overall. I really love those fragrances like Polo Safari, the Aqua de Parmas, some of those fresher patchouli fragrances. I love that kind of stuff in the spring, and of course, y'all know I love some of those fresh, I guess, more modern green fragrances. So, anyways, any new fragrances that y'all have had on your radar? Y'all gotta give me some feedback and some thoughts. I gotta know, but I'm excited. We're gonna talk about some new releases here at the end. But are y'all ready to get into the conversation? The big topic: what is a frag head? And again, I'm not trying to judge anybody. I think some people felt like last time I was maybe too argumentative, or I came on too strong. Again, that video last time I was asking like who is a like a essentially who is an actual fragrance reviewer. I wasn't targeting anybody, and I wasn't trying to sow discord or target anybody in specific. I was just stating in my humble opinion what somebody who really loves fragrance and what they'd be doing. Maybe in my opinion what they do with their channels, but of course anybody and everybody can do whatever the heck they want to do with their channels. I'm no authority. I can't, even if I could tell people what to do, I wouldn't tell anybody what to do. But I just, us as a community, I think that is good to think about, and you as the viewer, what do you want to see? And again, when y'all communicate to us as fragrance reviewers, and us as fragrance reviewers communicate back, and again, if we do have any relationships with any of these companies, we're able to maybe communicate. If these companies do want to pay attention to us at all, we're able to communicate what y'all want. So again, I would like to see that kind of interaction where we can help, the fragrance world and the fragrance industry, because I think it's funny to see sometimes these companies and sometimes these people produce these fragrances, and you know they I don't they're not what the people want, or they could improve things, they could have done things differently, so it's still cracking. Hmm. Have you checked your audio? My audio is pretty. When I listen to people or do things on my phone, everything's fine my way. Let me know, guys, and everybody else. Is my audio all right? Nobody else is telling me about my audio, but I'd love to know. Maybe my phone is going real bad. I do need to get a better phone. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that in the future. Y'all know money is always, you got to work on that. You gotta hustle. Uh, anyways, let's talk about that topic. What it is a bit crackling slightly. Hmm, I'm not sure what it is. Hopefully, I did work outside a lot with humidity, and maybe I got it. Maybe I got my phone a little bit wet. Maybe, or maybe it's damaged. It's 100% on your end. Okay, Ritz. I'm sorry. I'll try to improve my phone, or maybe my phone's damaged. Whew, maybe I can improve that. Hopefully, I will in the future. Got to get a new phone, I guess. But this is what I got going on. Sorry about the audio, guys. We're really sorry about that. So, anyways, the topic here today is what is a frag head, and let me know while I'm talking about this, or I guess start thinking, what is a frag head to you? And to me, a frog head is somebody, I guess, who's just obsessed with fragrances. And I guess that's the best way to put it. Always looking to experience and try the next best thing, or just experience fragrances in their own way. Having fun with fragrance, enjoying fragrance. There's so many different ways to get into fragrances. There's vintage and designer and expensive and forgotten about, discontinued, hidden gems, and there's the niche and odd stuff and natural perfumery. There's so many different ways to get into fragrance, but I think it really, I guess, you kind of it's something that you kind of dedicate and think yourself about. If you go to bed thinking about fragrance, if you go to bed looking at Fragrantica, posting comments or watching videos all the time, you're definitely a frag head. If you're watching right now, you're definitely a frag head. It has never done it before. Yeah, with the audio, I'm sorry. I don't know what the issue is. Again, I had my phone in my pocket while I was working out, so I could have got it wet. I haven't really banged up my phone or done anything like that today, but maybe I'll try to clean it out sometime later. I don't want to blow into the audio jack or anything like that, and mess up the audio. But I'll try to resolve it. Again, I hope it's not very bad. On the list, Paul Rabanne Victory EDP. Is that Victory any good? I know that I've heard some people liking that one. Paul Rabanne Invictus is still a very strong line. And it's still, a lot of people are very interested in it. I do want to get my nose on it. I think I saw was it Gent Sense said that was his favorite of the Paul Rabannes. And So I don't want to get my nose on it. I really did like Invictus back in college. So you're good. I just wanted you to know about it. I appreciate that, Ritz. Hopefully, I can do. I should get a new phone. I mean, I've been needing to, but y'all know, and I've been actually wanting to switch over my phone plan. I'm paying too much for what I get. I hardly call or text on this. When you have unlimited and you're not really using it, or if you don't really need it, I don't really do it for the data service. That's what I need. I need it for the data. I don't really need it for the phone calls. So that's a funny thing. That's the funny thing. Anyways, yeah, you're a frag head, Anthony. Yeah, I'm a frag head. I think about fragrance probably too much, and it's something I kind of dedicate a lot of time to. A lot of people think about their plans for the future. We think about what's our next fragrance purchase, and maybe we do get into fragrance maybe just a little bit too much, but it's our passion. So yeah, that I guess that's really I kind of just wanted to make it lighthearted, joking about being a frag head, but our mind is always on those fragrances, and at least that's what I do. And again, that's one reason why I make so many darn videos. Um, I have 600 or 700, and I know you could. I'm not trying to say that I have the most videos. That's not what I'm trying to say. There's lots of people with more videos, but with actual individual fragrance reviews, I'm getting pretty up there. I built myself a pretty big catalog, and again, I'm not trying to say I'm the biggest or the best. Not what I'm saying. That's not my intention. I'm just saying that if you, it takes a lot of dedication to do this. It takes a lot of passion, and you get there. You do get there. So, building up all that content. Anyways, let's see here. Anthony says, I got the vintage but 2014 batch Poggerbon Invictus, the purple juice beast mode for the summer. Oh, the purple juice. I didn't even know that there was a difference in the color. I mean, I thought it might have been reformulated, but I wasn't sure. It's very possible. When I let my original bottle go. For all I know, I sold a vintage batch for regular price. That's probably what I did. But so somebody out there is probably happy that I probably sold a vintage bottle. Anyways, Baccarat Bon Invictus is still a good fragrance. It really is, and for some reason, I like the Pure XS Night. That's kind of my thing from Baccarat Bon right now. But you know, to each their own. But I do need to try the new Victory. I do need to try that one. Lucio says I have 50 and my wife has 40. Y'all are definitely frag heads. If you have over probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 fragrances, if you have more than that, you're probably a frag head. So I don't know. It's really funny. Again, I have about 70. I show a lot of fragrances. Again, I buy and I sell lots so I can review things for y'all. And I kind of like things coming in and out. I'm not really a collector. I'm not here to have the biggest collection or to show off that I have something rare or unusual. I just keep around what I really enjoy wearing that really suits me and my personality. So hopefully that makes sense. Guilty, yeah. You're guilty, Lucio. I think we're all guilty over here. You two people who are listening. And again, is my audio really that bad? I do appreciate both of you that are here, but I really do wish that maybe I could reach out and with my lives and have more people here. Usually, when I do lives, there's more people. Maybe, but because today everybody is starting to get into spring, maybe people are just out there having fun. I'm not really sure, but it's a Saturday night. It's 6 p.m. Maybe maybe people are out there having some fun and some I don't know some a party or something. I don't know. Aqua de Dios Senza 2012. I love discontinued fragrances. Yeah, that was a really good one. Y'all, you remember I said that I thought the Aqua de Gio was discontinued, and it was discontinued 5 months later, and then everybody went crazy bonkers for it. Yeah, I told y'all that fragrance was gonna go. Essenza was nice. It was a longer lasting Aqua de Gio, a little bit sour. That it did have almost an aldehydic thing going on. It was almost sour, and but it was nice. I almost want to say it had a little bit of a spice nuance to it too. But Essenza was that always remember that fragrance fondly. In Portugal, it's 11:40 p.m. Oh, it's late for you. For me, it's only about 6:40. So we have quite a few hours difference between us. But thank you for popping in, Lucio from Portugal. Portugal is awesome. I do hope to visit there one day. Again, Portugal or Spain. I know that they're not the same place, but I would like to visit. Maybe be able to travel around Europe and all that area. And I don't know. Maybe you can tell me if you'd like, Lucio, why Portugal is better than Spain, or how you feel about all that. Anthony says 740 in Boston, Massachusetts. It's nice. Yeah, I bet Portugal is nice. Um, I was not wearing, I was listening to, I think it's called like Let's Make a Stink or something. It's a new fragrance channel. I don't know if you'll see them. They're a really nice couple. They're pretty kind of deep and nerdy into fragrances, and they're pretty awesome people. And I think that they shared some wine from Portugal, or maybe it was Spain, but same as Spain, but smaller. Okay, so you say it's pretty similar to Spain. I'd like to visit. I'd like to travel and meet a bunch of cool people and all that, and visit the world and meet cool people. That's definitely a dream of mine. Anyways, okay. I don't know if I want to. If let me know if y'all want to talk more about the frag head. That was really just a lighthearted discussion. It wasn't really deep or too going too deep or too crazy. I just wanted to joke about. We're probably into fragrances a little too much, but we have fun with it, don't we? We have lots and lots of fun. So, anyways, y'all want to talk about the new releases? Now, y'all excited to hear about the new fragrance releases and see what we have going on? And let me know again what y'all want to see. Again, give me suggestions. Again, but I guess we're going to talk about new releases here. But again, feel free to message me if y'all have any thoughts about soap. What kind of soap company would you like to see? I'd really like your feedback and some ideas and some support, because that is one of my ambitions of mine, is to make a successful soap company, which I know that eventually I'm going to try to work and become a perfumer. But I want to do this first because so I can kind of build up my experience with fragrances and scented things and natural ingredients, and then I want to switch over to perfume. And it's also one way I feel like I almost feel like I know there's so many people who make soap. I kind of feel like for some odd reason, I feel kind of drawn to it, and it's a passion of mine, and I feel like there's opportunity for me there, and got to make success happen some way. So, anyways, let's talk about a new fragrance here. This is a 212 VIP Men. It's called Winds. It's a brand new fragrance coming out. Are you excited for it? It's in a shiny metallic green bottle. It's called again Winds or two. I guess it's called 212 VIP Winds. I guess it's a new flanker. I can't say. There's a lady who worked on this fragrance. Her name is Juliet, and her last name is it's almost like a meme. It's extremely long. It's like Cara Guazoglu. I want y'all to look that up. That's fascinating. Again, I'm not trying to make fun of her, but her last name is very long. It might be the longest name I've ever seen. Anyways, it has yuzu, basil, mandarin orange, mid notes of Madagascar pepper, lavender, and it has base notes of a skin accord and tonka bean. So it sounds modern, confident, fresh, a little bit of a twist and an edge to it. Again, maybe a little bit soft around the edges, and maybe has some creaminess and some sweetness. It looks nice. Looks like something definitely want to try. I don't know if I'll ever try it or when I'll get my hands on it, but there's a new Narciso Rodriguez called Narciso Neroli Ombre. So a Neroli and amber fragrance. New Ralph Lauren High Centaur. Oh, there's a new Ralph Lauren. Let me look at that. Are you talking about the Polo? I did review the Polo Cologne Intense. It's not even called Polo Green. Look up my review. If y'all haven't seen that yet, that's a brand new fragrance review. I think I was the first person to review it. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else really review that fragrance. It's a decent fragrance, but I had some mixed feelings and thoughts, and I feel like that's how the market and the consumers are going to feel about it. So, did you enjoy the candles or enjoy candles? I do enjoy candles, Anthony. I don't know if I want to make a company that does both soap and candles. So, I respect candles, but that's not really my passion. I feel like I should leave that to Tiziana Terenzi. If y'all don't know, y'all probably know about their fragrances, but they first started as an actual candle company, and supposedly their candles are out of this world. So definitely give them a try. And there are high-end niche fragrance houses that do have candles already. So yeah. Anyways, I already seen it. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed that video. Evening. Hey there, Ronald. A scent of the day is BR Wood Neroli. Oh, Bulgari. That's the one, right? Bulgari. Yeah. What? How do you say there? Wong, good to see you. What are your thoughts on Dior Homme O? I finished my Prada El Homme, and now I was thinking of switching to Dior Homme O. Dior Homme O is really, really nice. It was one of those better modern, fresh fragrances. I do think it leaned a little bit in the blue direction, but it doesn't really smell like shampoo. It's kind of its own thing. It is more of an iris fragrance. It has more of like a white leather and iris cut type of feel to it, but yet somehow it's kind of transparent like grapefruit, and it's clean, and but it's very trendy. It's discontinued. It's already fairly expensive. Some people really like hunting for discontinued fragrances, and that might be something you're interested in. But I personally don't feel, unless you have a passion for it, or unless money's not an obstacle for you, it's discontinued, and you'd have to pay a lot of money for that Dior Homme O. But it was a really good designer fragrance release. It was a Macy's exclusive. It wasn't readily available or easily available for everybody, and I guess it flew under the radar. And maybe things like YSLY and some of these other, all the flankers of Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel, maybe they just stole all the popularity. I'm not really sure what it was, but it was a fantastic designer fragrance, that's for sure. John says, "Hey there, hey, John. I don't know what you mean by KOK. I don't know what that means, but Ronald says Banana. Oh, Banana Republic. I'm sorry about that. Banana Republic, Norley Woods. What isn't there one by a very similar name by Bulgari? Sorry, y'all know my mind goes to Bulgari sometimes. Hey there, Grim Reaper. Wong Gluoid. Check out Prada El Om O. Yeah, that one is probably a better value for the money. Absolutely. I've heard some people say it's transparent, maybe not interesting, but I haven't reviewed it yet. I haven't blind bought Let Home O yet. And again, I don't think that one's really available around me, so I might have to blind buy it to get my hands on it. So, anyways, let's talk about some other new releases. And again, feel free to keep asking questions, saying what your thoughts are, what's on your mind, and just ask away. So here we have a new fragrance. It's called Paul Rabanne Lady Million Fabulous, a flanker of Lady Million. If you didn't know, there were 1 million flankers for the ladies, and this is kind of a flanker of a flanker. So and I'm sure it'll be pretty decent and pretty good. I don't see a lot of popularity or a lot of people hyping up or discussing the Lady Millions, but from what I hear, most people enjoy them. They think pretty good things about most of them. So let's see here. Banana Republic 78 Vintage Green is a good one. Yeah, that I've heard really good things about that one. That one reminded me of Jeffrey Bean. I think it was called like what was it called? Golfing greens, or I might be mixing things up. Maybe it was called like tennis greens, or I want to say it had something to do with like golfing greens. It kind of reminded me of that. And possibly maybe a little bit, not the same as, but maybe Estee Lauder cologne. Y'all know I reviewed that one not too long ago, and that fragrance was amazing that it's still produced. It's got that vintage DNA. It's really nice. Absolutely. Let's see here. Have you worn 20H24 more? Still the same opinion? Yeah, my opinion really didn't change. I do feel like it has fresher, woodier elements that I kind of started picking out more, like like floral, almost like floral woody undertones. So I mean, the quality is there, and the blending is actually pretty good. I still feel like it's not that interesting in the dry down. I still feel like it's a good release, but I don't think it was maybe good enough. It's not mass appealing, and the H24 still, in my opinion, not really mass appealing enough for the mass market. And again, the Hermes DNA could have done it all. It has enough class and enough versatility. You could have made it fresh and likable enough, but still had the Hermes DNA to really do it all. But again, I feel like it's in the middle of trying to become, in a trendy, molecule-like fragrance, and they stripped a lot of the interesting or the complexity away from that, Terre de Hermes DNA. I feel like it wasn't terribly original, and they didn't add something that would have made it more mass appealing, like sour fruitiness. Like in my review, I talked about like they could have added sour mango, sour papaya. I don't think I mentioned starfruit, but you could have done starfruit. You could have done a lot guava. You could have done a lot of things, and could have switched over into this like citrusy DNA. You know how much people love citrus. So I don't know. I think it's a decent fragrance. It'll be interesting to see if they make flankers of it, if it's successful, if it sells well. I just don't know how. I wasn't enthusiastic or crazy about H24. So I'm sorry. I wish I could be. Grim says, I wore the hell out of H24. I'm definitely not a fan. I'm shocked that it's marketed for a male scent. It's fruity and then dries down to a weird metallic ambroxan dry down. Feels like a bad release. Yeah, I do feel like it needed more complexity. I do feel like it needed to be rounded out. It's another one of those fragrances where, the transition from the opening to the mid, it needed some other notes or some blending to make it a smoother transition from, in my opinion, to the opening to the mid. And some perfumers, for some reason, if they try to make a more simplistic fragrance, they just, I don't know, don't build out the accords. And then in the dry down, it just kind of falls flat. It doesn't really have anything to keep it interesting or keep it going with its the body of the fragrance. And maybe it would have performed better as well if it had another element to it in the dry down. So yeah, I don't feel like it was a great release. I hope that y'all could see my feelings and my attitude through my fragrance review of H24. So I definitely feel what you're going on, what you're saying there and going for, Grim Reaper. Anyways, I don't know if I'd say it's a bad release. I think I said they took 1 foot forward, trying to make a modern fragrance. I guess is a good direction for the company. They do need to have, maybe it would be a good idea for Hermes to enter the mass appealing designer modern fragrance game. That definitely is, there's opportunity, and I think Hermes could very much succeed. But I don't know if the fragrance was what they wanted, or what, maybe the market wants. So 1 foot forward and 1 step back. So I don't know if they've really improved much of anything. We'll have to see though. Anyways, you jump talking about new releases, and again, feel free to ask away with questions. That was a great question. Um, there's another new fragrance release. It's called A Drop de Issy by Issey Miyake. I'm not sure who this is marketed for. It looks like it might be more of a feminine fragrance. Yeah, I think it is for women. It has notes of almond milk, damask rose, lilac, jasmine, solar notes, orange blossom, star anise, musk vanilla, ambroxan, and cedar. It looks fantastic. We'll have to see. Sorry about that. We'll have to see how modern it is and if it's more fresh or more milky. But it's got a bottle just like a Bulgari bottle. So I don't think people will appreciate that. But again, a Bulgari like bottle, that teardrop funny bottle shape, but from Issey Miyake. I don't know why they would do that, but to each their own. And maybe they felt like they made their bottle different enough that it doesn't look like a Bulgari. Maybe Bulgari is trying to switch over to a new bottle design, and they feel like they could do whatever the heck they wanted. So that's interesting. That's interesting for sure. Let's see here. What's your next spring night out top picks? Spring nights. I really like, what was that called? Patchouli. No, no. Was it? I think it was Patchouli Extreme from Boise 1920 or not? Yeah, I really love that fragrance. It's fresh and it's citrusy on the top, but then fresh and spicy, and has a deeper patchouli element. I love that. Um, it's kind of, if I'm just casual, I'm not really trying to impress anybody. Honestly, I do wear my Banana Republic St. Kitts a fair amount. And also, I do like my Niche Platinum by Armaf. It's kind of like Platinum Egoist, but sweeter and a little bit incensey. That's something I do like to pull out in the spring. And I enjoy my, Zurius Rouge all the time, but Zurius Rouge by Givenchy is definitely something I enjoy in the spring. So those are some things that come straight to mind. I do sneak some of my darker fragrances, especially if it's a cold spring night. I still like my complex, some of my heavier stuff, and I still sneak a spray sometimes. So Ronald, Percival for me. Yeah, Percival would definitely work. It's fresh and green at the same time, really good. And John says, I never leave the house 0 nights out. John, it's, do your thing. I guess it depends on how you want to live and how you want to feel. I'm not really a party beast. I don't really go to clubs or anything. And honestly, I probably need to get out more than I do. But, again, maybe I'm holding myself back, but I've always felt like, if I had a certain amount of money, I could go to maybe places I wanted to go and do things I wanted to do. In my little city, there's not really much of anywhere I want to go, and I really don't have many peers or people that I feel like have similar attitude or personality, or any similarities to me. So yeah, I don't really do too much out there too, but again, you got to make those dreams happen. Maybe you need to move somewhere else like me. Maybe you need to move somewhere, and maybe find some people, or maybe find some kind of thing you like to do. I'm not sure what hobbies you're into, but yeah. Anyways, um, any more questions? I really looked through all the new releases. Those are the ones that really interested me, or I thought that they were good. I kind of kind of pointed them out. It looks like Yves Saint Laurent is marketing up their advertisements for Le Parfum once again. They're really marketing it. They know that they got a bestseller on their hands. They got a fragrance that's making money, and it's hitting the world. It's I think people it's still going to be really popular. I think people are still going to go for it. Anyways, there's a new Gavinci fragrance called it's called, how do you say this? Amarige. It looks like feminine fragrance, all kinds of different florals, and it looks nice. I don't know if I could wear it, but it might be an anniversary. It might be a remake, or maybe kind of a reinterpretation of a vintage fragrance. That might be something y'all want to get into if you're a vintage fragrance lover. So let me catch up with the comments. Ben says getting 5 creeds this week. Oh, all into the creeds. Which ones you getting? I heard horror stories about the selling of Creed last year. Yeah, Creed has been sold out. Again, not every fragrance reviewer has talked about it. I do think that it is, again, what everybody has a different opinion. But as a fragrance reviewer, I think it's my duty to, share important news and important information and help y'all out as consumers and other fragrance enthusiasts. So I think it's kind of a crime that so many other fragrance reviewers haven't talked about Creed being sold out and Mugler. And so I think John Varvatos has come back around, but supposedly they were in a really tough financial situation. But really big news like that with some of the biggest, if a lot of people still see as Creed as the best or the biggest niche fragrance house in the game, and there are reformulations or weakenings coming. The Creed. The Aventus Anniversary Edition was kind of there testing the waters for flankers and seeing if that would be received well. If they, essentially sold you a flanker with them switching up the DNA with a few notes and some elements that are just a little bit different. And I do wish the company the best, and do wish for them to succeed, but they haven't really been very proactive, and they have been kind of they're called Greed. Instead of Creed, they're called Greed, and they've made a lot of bad decisions. I haven't really seen that they've tried to make up for it. It seemed to me like maybe I don't want to accuse or be rude, but to me, if you've watched interviews with the son, the who inherited the company, he didn't seem to be too passionate about fragrances himself. So I guess he kind of let the company go, or did kind of, I don't know how much control he still has over the company, but I don't know if he was too passionate about the company. So I really don't know. Let's see here. Anyways, Creeds are nice. I like Spice and Wood. I would like to have a bottle of Spice and Wood. I still think Boise de Portugal. Hopefully they don't reformulate it or weaken it, but still a fantastic fragrance is out there. I think some of the best Creeds were Green Valley and Royal Scottish Lavender, which was really forgotten about. If Virgin Island water actually would perform, it would be a really killer fragrance. But to me, it just doesn't perform like it should. But yeah. Anyways, that's enough about Creed. Anthony says Armani Code to 2021. It's really nice. Okay, I'll have to get my nose on it. Do you feel like the 2021 EDP version, is it a reform? Do you feel like it's any different, Anthony? Let me know. Big Ben, what's the deal? Shout out from Houston, Texas. Hey there, Joe Martinez. How you doing? How's life treating you? What's good? What's popping? Creed is way overpriced here in the USA. Yeah, exactly, Micah. If y'all don't know, Creed in France, as far as I know, and I've heard and talked to many people who have, said the exact same thing. So I've heard many voices. So I'm pretty sure it's true. I've seen other fragrance reviewers say it. It seems to me like, France, I don't know if it's because of tariffs or import tax or what it is, but if you were to go to France and buy Creeds, they would be anywhere from $200 to $250. But in the USA, like retails, like in boutiques, Creeds can be 400, 450, and sometimes even more. A Creed Viking, when it first came out, they were asking 500, if not more than $500, which is outrageous in my opinion for a Creed. I think Creeds are high quality and well blended, especially some of their ones are real winners. Again, I think Boise de Portugal is a very special fragrance, and I really like spice and wood. But are they worth that kind of money compared to the competition, compared to the quality and the blending and what's out there? No, I don't think it's worth the money at all. So, anyways, Himalaya, Royal Oud, Santal, Vetiver, Royal Water. Nice, nice, nice. And the Royal Water is kind of forgotten about. If you do want kind of a carefree aquatic fragrance, you can get really, really good deals on it. If you do like those really inoffensive, kind of safe fragrances, Royal Water is kind of forgotten about. That's nice. Grim Reaper says, like Anthony, I'm in Boston. Oh, Boston guys. Maybe I need to visit over there, huh? Boston. I love putting on some niche and going to art museums, higher in restaurants and bars, making a scene, smelling it up good. Do you get any reactions? How do people act? Or what do they say to you? Anyone into vintage or finding discontinued scents? I'm not so much into it. If they're not overpriced. If it's a vintage fragrance that's really desirable and it gets terribly expensive, I personally don't do that, but I know some people love it and it's something very fun and desirable. Not really my thing, but more power to you. Rest in peace, Green Valley. Yeah, Green Valley was a good one. I actually liked it better than Green Irish Tweed, but goodbye, Green Valley. Wisha. If you've ever gotten to smell it, it's certainly one of the best fresh green, like lemony fragrances out there. Viking is reasonably priced on the gray market. You're right. Viking, I don't know if it really sold that well, and people weren't didn't seem to get super excited about it. For a while there, you could get crazy deals. People, I guess, were selling bottles, or maybe it was just overstocked. I don't know, but for a while, you could get Creed Viking for almost like $150 sometimes. There were some great deals out there. It's not a bad fragrance. It's not a bad fragrance. It is actually kind of enjoyable, especially if you like clove and spicy, lemony fragrances. But again, I don't know if I feel like it's too special. But again, that's me. You might love it. Give it a go. Um, Anyways, Grim Reaper says I grabbed Gavinci Incense 50 mil for one recently. It's a classic for a reason. An incredible green soapy scent. I don't know if I've tried that one. I'll have to see. I don't know if I have, but I'll trust you, Grim Reaper. There are some beautiful things out there. It is really nice to know that you have something that was one of the best of the best, and that it's a desirable, and you got something special. That is awesome. I'm trying to see if there's any new fragrances that's that look interesting. I'm looking at this article here on Fragrantica, and I'm not really sure, but maybe Lalique or Brioni. I'm not sure if they're brother sister company or anything like that. But it seems like they might be collaborating or working with each other. I didn't know that. If you don't know, Brioni has some history. They've been around for quite a while, but there's a new Brioni Eau de Parfum, and that one's coming out. I don't know where that will be sold. I'd like to try it. The bottle makes me think Dior Sauvage, but we'll have to see if it's any good. We'll have to see. Have y'all tried the new Amouage Interlude 53? I have not tried that one yet. Supposedly it smells like Amouage Interlude Man, but I've heard some people say it's a little bit more green and it's not as smoky. And supposedly, I think they said it's 53% concentration. I don't know why they made it so strong. I don't know if it really is as strong as they say. But if they decide to make a fragrance that is pretty much like an extrait concentration, I don't know. That's crazy business. I mean, that it was already called the Blue Beast for a reason, and I guess they definitely wanted to keep that keep that name and that reputation of the Blue Beast alive, because if it's really that strong, that reputation is well deserved. So, um, let's see here. If there's anything else that looks interesting, I think it's a new Nichane. It's called Shim. I have not tried it. I do want to try it. It does look good. Let me look up the notes here real quick. Y'all know that Nichane, I'm a pretty big fan. I don't know if I'd say I'm the biggest fan, but I do like them. I do like a lot of the work that they've done. Next, I want to get my nose on Manugu and Passion Cocoa. Those are the two fragrances that really have my attention. I think I tried Neff's, and they have another one that's kind of like a floral fragrance. The new Aquatic, the blue bottle, that's not Neff's. I think I forget. It's like Ons. They have funny names. Anyways, they come in a duo. They didn't really do much of anything for me. But they are, I do know, they wanted a fresh, easygoing fragrance in their collection, and they definitely made it happen. Okay, so this might be an exclusive. This might be an expensive one. I don't know if the price is going to go down more, but this is one of their higher end ones, and supposedly it's going to be a 50 mil for 495 euros. That's a smoking high price. But let's look at the notes. It says cardamom, Turkish rose, geranium, osmanthus, amber, cypriol, elemi, vetiver, and leather. The notes don't look that special, but maybe there's a lot of that Turkish expensive rose, and maybe it's really fancy and high quality and smooth. The bottle's kind of green. It makes me think of vintage fragrances. I don't know. I don't know. It looks interesting though. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, there's some love. Anthony's got some love for the Givenchy incense over there. Grim Reaper says, anyone do the Selfridges unlimited shipping thing? I did it last year, and they get Le Labo, Frederick Mall, Byredo, and others for way less here in the USA. What do you mean by unlimited shipping? Do they have some kind of like membership, like where you pay a fee and then you can get free shipping to your door? Um, I'm not sure. Okay, the one I was talking about is called Nishane Ege, or Ege. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. EGE, and there's another one that has more of like a pinkish bottle. Some people are saying it's really good, and or I don't know. The people at Fragrantica seem to think it's really amazing. They even describe it as kind of setting the trend with the rise of niche aquatic fragrances. And I guess that's somewhat true. We had Pacific Rock Moss, and that kind of took over, did a big things in the fragrance world. So, anyways, are there any other new fragrances that y'all know about? Again, I want to try the new Paco Rabanne, like it's a Paco Rabanne red. It's supposed to be like red and fruity and spicy and seductive. Sounds really nice. It's definitely something I want to try. Trying to see, are there any other fragrances that look interesting that are new, fairly new? I'm trying to look them up. Let me see. Hey there, no notes. My friend, how's it popping? What's good? What's good, my friend? How's life treating you? Any new fragrances that you've been getting your nose onto, or are you excited to try? I kind of covered in all the ones I really want to try. Y'all know I'm still dying to get my nose on, what was that fragrance called? Stronger with You, absolutely. But the Armani. I got to get my nose on that. There's a new Bodecia Victorious. It's called Zayad or 2018. I've never seen this bottle. I don't know. Is it really new? I don't know. Maybe it came out in 2018. I've never seen this bottle. But there's a lot of fragrances out there you might have never tried. A lot of flankers, especially depending on how deep you get into some of these houses. If you've never looked at some of them, they might have quite the reputation or quite a big collection, like Serge Lutens or Penhaligon's and a lot Boadicea the Victorious. I mean, they got a whole bunch of fragrances over here, and I haven't tried a lot of them. I need to. I certainly do need to. Again, yep, exactly, $50 a year, and it's free shipping. Oh, from the UK. Maybe I can get one of these days, Grim Reaper. I'll be able to get to that point where I'm as bougie or as exclusive as you, my friend. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to do that. That sounds like it'd save you a lot of money, especially if you're into niche fragrances and you want to get yourself onto some niche fragrances at a good price. That sounds awesome. That's really awesome. Let's see here. John says, I had a Tinder girl over and she complimented your scent. Oh, nice. A Ventus scented pomade. Oh, someone makes on Facebook groups. Hey, it worked. It was a nice fresh fragrance and she liked it. Hopefully that worked out well for you, my friend. I really don't mess with the Tinder scene. I guess I haven't had good luck with that. I don't know. In my experience, the gals are mostly looking for just some attention. They're not really looking to play around or anything, but more power to you, my friend. More power to you. Let's see here. Also, anyone do the Estee Lauder discount stores in the areas? They always have discontinued Tom Fords for at least half the price. I don't have any Estee Lauders. I've never been in an Estee Lauder store. If you know, I don't even have the money for it right now, but I would love to get the Tom Ford Oud Wood Intense. Let me know if you see a bottle for $99. Maybe you could help me out and help a man out, and I could, get it, buy it from you, and maybe give you an extra dollar or two. But yeah, that sounds good too. Let's see. Penhaligon's Brilliant British is. Oh yeah, they're great. They're a great house. They're British or English or however you want to say it. Is my great white buff. I don't know what you mean by the Great White Buffalo. Is that a fragrance that they have? I know that they had like Bernie Mr. Sam. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Thinking about picking up Blasted Heath. Blasted Heath is a really nice, if you like those cologne, oak moss, and citrus fragrances, it is really nice. It's a little bit simplistic, but it's nice. They also have one called like a, what's it called? It's like something to do with a steam room. It's kind of like a steamy, hot, humid air kind of fragrance. And surprisingly, people go crazy for it and they buy up a lot of it. What's up? Hey there, Fractastic Voyage. Good to see you pop in here. And John, and again, Micah. Let's see. It's hard to find. Oh, it is? Blasted Heath is hard to find. Maybe it's been, is it discontinued? I know that it's not really available in the USA too much. I used to have a decant. I forget. I think I might have given it away. I think I had a Lucky Scent decant. I think I gave it away. But yeah, it's, Penhaligons, especially if you live outside of a big city, sourcing some of this stuff might not be so easy to find. Oh, it's a movie reference. Oh, okay, I'm not sure what you meant by. I know about the White Buffalo. I might not be as cultured as I should be. I know about Native American culture and history and their religion. I know about the White Buffalo. So I just don't want anybody to be like, oh man, this guy's a fool. But anyways, let's see here. Hard to find. They had a ton of Oud Wood Intense for 125 for 50 mil last time I was there. Man, Grim Reaper. Maybe I need to get a hold and contact you and get myself a bottle. I like that stuff. I know that it's not for everybody. It's a little bit too rugged. I like that rugged stuff. I like that bold stuff. And anyways, limited release. Yeah, you're right, Micah. Micah says Savoy Steam. Oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. It's interesting. When I first smelled it, I thought it was good, and I did think it had an interesting twist on a fresh fragrance. But I was like, do people buy this? And then I was looking on the internet, and everybody loved it. I was like, whoa, people are actually really like that Savoy Steam. It's good. I have the EDP. Oh, yep. Not brilliant. Oh, brilliantly. Yeah. From hot tub to time machine. Lol. Oh, okay. I need to. I don't watch them as much TV or movies as I probably should. I have a few movies I really like, and I found that I enjoy. I kind of stick to them. For some reason, I like some of the movies that maybe other people don't like very much. Like I like 47 Ronin and 10,000 BC and Edge of Tomorrow and when I was a kid, I liked Atlantis more than the other Disney movies. I did like Tarzan, don't get me wrong, but I liked Atlantis and Anastasia better than, I don't know, Jungle Book and stuff like that. But more power. Do whatever you want, watch whatever you want. But I know about White Castle. No notes. I appreciate you, my friend. You and me, I understand you. White Castle, if y'all don't know, is kind of like the one of the, I don't know, was it the first or if it was one? It was one of the first like drive-through places where you could get a burger. And I think we drove through one time, and they did have a pretty good burger. They had some pretty good food going on. So, Scott says Roja, Dove, Enigma, or Danger if you had to pick one. Oh, definitely the Enigma Cologne Parfum. The flanker of the original Creation or Enigma. That's the one I would choose. If I was recommending fragrances to everybody, I'd say try them both. If you're more of a casual fragrance person who wants a more easygoing fragrance, the Danger Cologne Parfum is the most mass appealing. The performance isn't good on it, but it's definitely the most mass appealing out of the bunch. But the Creation E or the Enigma, the Parfum Cologne edition is probably my favorite Roja, especially for the money for what you pay. It's probably the best of all the Rojas, in my humble opinion. That's just my opinion. So, a great white buffalo, the great white whale. Oh, is that the same? I don't know what you mean by that. Moby Dick? What's going on over here? Fantastic Voyage says Oud Wood Intense is much better than Oud Wood. I agree. Oud Wood, I mean, I would have defended it or talked it up a little bit in the past, but the regular Oud Wood's been reformulated too many times, and they've ruined it. So, Oud Wood Intense, it is more bold and rugged, and a little bit for some people it's too much. It's a little bit animalic or maybe a little bit dirty for some people. But the Oud Wood Intense smells a lot more like Oud Wood these days because they messed up Oud Wood so much. Let's see here. Micah says they have an Edie Eau de Cologne as well for Savoy Steam. Honestly, I don't remember which one I tried. It could have been either one. I'm guessing it was the Eau de Cologne. I'm not really sure which one came first. It probably was the one that came out first. Creed Royal Oud or Spice and Wood. I personally like Spice and Wood more. Spice and Wood is the more expensive choice. It is more fancy and posh. If you do go out wearing that, I would not. I mean, I guess you could dress casually, do whatever the heck you want. But to me, Spice and Wood smells so fancy. I think you would want to dress up and look the part. Creed Royal Oud is comforting and soothing, and people compare it to the holidays or like just somebody who's trustworthy and cozy and a nice person. So it depends on what you like, but I know a lot of people have a soft spot for Royal Oud. It's a nice, soft, spicy fragrance. Nothing's wrong with it. But I guess I just like more daring or challenging fragrances. Sometimes Spice and Wood isn't daring or challenging by any means, but again, it's both of them are expensive. I don't know. For me personally, I'd rather if I'm going to buy a Creed and feel like I have a fancy fragrance, I guess I want it to smell fancy. Dastardly says Hot Tub Time Machine is a classic. Maybe I need to catch up and give it a try. White Castle is good. Had it in Vegas. Yeah, White Castle is not bad. Give them a chance. And I'd rather go to White Castle than McDonald's probably. Micah says I have Scandal suits my style. Hey, more power to you, my friend. Find which one works for you. All those there's so many fragrances from so many people, and even from the same fragrance house. There's a fragrance for everybody. So, Scandal's not my thing, but I'm happy that you enjoy it. More bottles for you. Hey, Brian says, I don't get performance from Scandal or Danger. Scandal, I think it lasted fairly decently, but it didn't really project very much. Danger really didn't have much of either. I mean, Danger performed decently in the beginning, but it really died out longevity and projection. Yeah, the Danger, I mean, the Cologne Parfum especially, performance isn't there. But does it smell good? And I mean, is it a good experience for four maybe 5 odd hours? Yeah, it's pretty good. For when it, I mean, for its short existence. Micah says, Eau de Cologne for my first. It's a splash, both suited. I feel like aftershave. Okay, Micah. Okay. I might have to give that a go. Grim says, yeah, I know I'm saying it wrong. Not Roja. It's Raja. Is that how you say it? It's Ro. It's not Roja. Roja. Ja? Sorry, guys. I know I'm not speaking Spanish. He's not Spanish. Okay, I know. I'm sorry. I I try to juggle everything from Italian to Spanish to French. I know. I'm Grim Reaper. I know that I'm probably making you cringe over there, but sorry. So it's Roja. Is it Ja or is it just Ja? I don't know. Ben says Versace Oud Noir similar to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Yes, both of them are quite similar. Versace Oud Noir did do a little bit of a copycat there. They did dip into the piggy bank or the cookie jar. They were a little bit naughty, but hey, Mont Blanc does it. Even some of these niche brands do it. So they kind of got away with it. Versace Oud Noir is nice. I'm not sure. I haven't looked up the prices, but I've heard that it's discontinued, and I've heard that the prices are going up on the Versace Oud Noir. I wouldn't pay an awful lot of money for it. I personally wouldn't pay more than the $30 to $60 or whatever. But maybe if you like it, it's kind of light. It's kind of easygoing. I do think it's because of Tom Ford Oud Wood's been reformulated so much. Back when you could get a bottle for 40, 50 odd dollars, I probably would have recommended the Versace Oud Noir even over the Tom Ford's Oud Wood. But once the Versace's discontinued and the Tom Ford Oud Wood's been messed up. So what do you choose? I don't know. For me, it's not a cheap fragrance, but there's one called Oud from Les Elixirs out there. Yes, I did not buy my bottle. This is not a paid sponsorship. But anyways, I'd go for that one. Give it a try. Get yourself a sample if you can. It's really nice. Let's see here. Hey Ben, how's it hanging? Just got Polo Cologne Intense today. About to try it shortly. Hey, let me know how it goes. Maybe you want to spray it up right now and let me know what you think about it. I'd love to know your thoughts. Again, I did my review. I try to be balanced and fair and not rain on anybody's parade, but also share my opinions in a good way. But also, I know that everybody loves different fragrances. So again, y'all know my motto: wear what you love. So I never try to be that guy who sits there and says this is a bad fragrance because everybody loves something differently. Yeah, you can critique fragrances, and maybe some really are better than others in composition or quality. But again, everybody loves different things. So is there really a bad fragrance? There's not very many fragrances that are actually bad. So again, I don't try to say anything like that. Y'all know how it goes. Anyways, Micah says agar wood is a good dupe from Alexandria fragrances. I need to try it. Again, I don't want to tear down any brands. I just said no fragrances were bad. But again, I tried that. What was it called? It was called Agar One, or it's called Agar Gold #1. It was from Alt Fragrances. It's they spell it like ALT. I got my hands on that one, and guys, I did. There might be some clones or fragrances that get close, but not a lot of fragrances do. So do be careful. I don't know. Roja. Oh, oh, I'm doing it again, huh? Roja. Yep, doing it again. It'll take me some time to learn. Nose says you pronounce it as rubber duck. You pronounce it as rubber duck. Its name is Roger. Oh, Roger Bird. Oh, so is it just? Do you just say the brand is Roger? Roger? No joke. Oh, fragrances are subjective, absolutely. Yep, sorry about my pronunciation. Honestly, I've watched interviews with the guy, and I've never actually seen him. At least I don't remember him saying his brand or anybody else saying his brand. And I've watched interviews about the brand and the guy, with Roger. Anyways, I guess with my mind, I think it must be a different culture, a different language, and calling a brand just Roger for a high-end niche house, I don't know. That just doesn't sound special. But it is a high-end luxury niche house for sure. Micah says fragrances are subjective, absolutely. Fragtastic Voyage. Redbrook Perfumes Underground isn't the best perfumer, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't. Have I tried those? I don't remember. I don't think I have. But yeah, so there are some people who do work and have a certain style, and there are some people who have better craftsmanship. So but I don't try to really critique the perfumer because I always know that people can improve and do their best, and I always try to support people. But you'll know that I am, I guess I try to keep things balanced. Honestly, y'all might come for me because I do sometimes criticize fragrances. Some people think too much. Some people probably think I'm far too critical or don't like me because I do that. But sometimes I will. Anyways, Micah says Alt smelled like Ajax cleaner. I don't know if I would say it's that bad, but I certainly did not connect to the house or the brand. And I also got a decant called Nicotiana. I think it was supposed to be Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. It was synthetic, but it did smell pretty good, and it was super long lasting. Did I really enjoy the fragrance? Really, no. It was. I personally just didn't connect with it, but. Anyways, Redbrook was Carlos. Oh, it was. Well, see, I think one of y'all must have mentioned that a week or two ago. I haven't smelled that fragrance yet. Some people were asking me if I was going to blind buy it. No, I did not blind buy it. Actually, I'm trying to save up some money so I can get a couple fragrances that are on sale right now. I've been wanting for a really long time. Somebody supposedly made a purchase from me. Actually, I was spinning a little cap in my hand. I actually just dropped it. Anyways, and but they haven't paid me the money yet, so I don't know. And I'm kind of wanting to save up money to get Ormond Jane's Black Gold. That's a fragrance I covet. That's one I really want in the collection, and I'd love to have it. but I don't know when I'll be able to save up for that. But yeah, Redbrook was Carlos. Again, I'm not trying to criticize those guys over there, Carlos and Steven. Again, rest in peace, Carlos. But yeah, I haven't smelled them. I wanted to connect with what was it called? Navitus. I tried what was it called? Absolutio. Um, it was a decent fragrance. I don't know if I want to even put my review out there because I don't want to take away or criticize a brand or a house. Uh, and I want to play nice with everybody. But it was a decent fragrance. I just don't really connect with it. And it's supposed to be their best of the best. And he spoke really highly about it, tried to promote his brand kind of because he knew people were looking for a sweet, cherry, spicy, gourmand kind of thing like that. And I didn't really connect with it. So, Dave R, what's up, Benny? Hey, my friend, how's life going? You performer, Ben. It's Carlos and Steven's fragrance. Yeah, I know. I caught on to that. You know, again, do try to pay attention to other people in the fragrance community, but when somebody like releases a new fragrance, from what some of these people. I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, there's been a couple times like with Jet Sense, he had that Victorian tobacco, and what was that other one? There was one that had rum. Those kind of interested me, and then there was that Absolutio from Navitus, and that looked kind of interesting to me. So I looked at the notes. But when somebody releases a new fragrance, and if the name or what I hear doesn't exactly really interest me, there's so many other hundreds of fragrances. I don't know. I guess I don't. Maybe I should put more importance on these YouTube fragrance. I don't know, people who make their own fragrances or make them with other companies. I don't know. Some people do serious work, but some, again, I don't want to criticize too much. But some people fragrances and some people I don't know. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what kind of quality to expect or their dream or their image, and we kind of talked about that stuff. So, anyways. Dreamwood, yeah, that one does look nice. I just got my hands on Nishane's Hoctavat. Oh my gosh, love it. Yeah, Nishane's Hoctavat. It's not the same as Aventus, but it does lean a little bit more toward and gives an homage to like 2014 and 2015 batches of Aventus. And if that's the kind of thing you like, and you don't want to pay crazy amounts of money, you might like it. Some people argue that it's not worth the money because we already have Club de Nuit Intense Man. Uh, that's a great fragrance. I love, Club de Intense. But some people might like the Nishane too. So at least there is something that exists out there that's high quality and something that's a vintage and smoky. And yes, there is, Parfums vintage, but there's lots of good options. That's a good thing. So most of the YouTube reviewer fragrances are expensive. I bought Gravitas though. Yeah, Mr. Smelly's fragrance over there was pretty good. I thought it was a good value, and I did enjoy that fragrance. That was a pretty good one for sure. And it was surprising that it was so mass appealing and kind of like a sweet kind of cologne style fragrance that still managed to feel elegant and still felt kind of like a fougere, but it was really modern. It was a good one. Um, Generally stay away from fragrances from YouTubers. Yeah, again I do think that they can make good fragrances. I have no doubt about that. But unless they're sitting down, I don't. Or maybe if they hired a really special perfumer, and maybe if I knew that they put lots of work into it, maybe I would be more enthusiastic. But there are some people like Mr. Niche Guy and Mr. Oz. Both of those guys have really made their own brands. And Peter over there, I think it was Fragrance View, they actually made their own fragrances like by hand and actually became perfumers and actually learned ingredients and blending and put their heart and soul into it. So those are more of the guys. Again, I would be enthusiastic to try. There's one of the patchouli ones from Mr. Oz. I always forget what it's called, but I do want to get my nose on that. I am pretty excited. That's definitely something I really really need to try. But yeah, that's probably where I would put my money. But again, I'm not trying to tear down anybody. That is not my intention at all. So let's see here. I've tried almost all the Galleria and Navitus. They smell like Armagh reversed engineered gas chromatography. Is that how you say it? Since like Alexandria and Dua. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I've heard that they're made out of the same factories. I've heard that they're made by the same people. Can the blending be really good? Yes. Can it be made by a master perfumer? Possibly. But is the quality that special? I don't really know. And did they take inspiration from other fragrances? I don't know if I would go that far. I don't know, but I hear a lot of people say that they put a twist or kind of reformulated some really other popular fragrances. I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't know if that's true or not with some of these, but it seems like it. And there are a number of brands as well, so I don't want to heap on criticism on top of these guys. There's a lot of brands copying like Mancera's Red Tobacco. Everybody wants a piece of that pie now because they know so many people are crazy about it. Mike, Smoky Batches, yes, Smoky Aventus is Aventus to me. Again, a lot of newer people know Aventus is only like a fresh pineapple thing. Vintage Aventus and Aventus, what it really was and intended to be, it had a fair amount of oak moss, and it was actually pretty smoky. It actually was quite different from what it smells like today, and it had lots of ambergris to it. It wasn't the same fragrance as you get today. That's true. Anyways, Fractastic Voyage says I smelled Office and Date for Men, and they were mediocre at best. Yeah, they're not. I mean, they might have been made by Alberto Marias, but the quality going into those, Alberto Marias, I'll just put it this way, has made a lot of other fragrances, and for the money for what you're paying, you can get a lot of other Alberto Marias fragrances for a lot better money. You could probably, especially if you paid full retail for one of those bottles of like Office, you could have got, four, maybe even five other fragrances by Alberto Marias for the same price, and arguably the quality was the same, if not better. Again, y'all saw my review. I tried not to heap criticism on it too much, but I think I made my point pretty clear that Office for Men was not worth it. And, he was trying to hype it up as a niche fragrance and all that. I don't really try to rehash these things and get into Creed and Aventus too much in these things, but they pop up. They're big discussions. They're big, big talking points, and they're things that people want to talk about in the fragrance community. So, Ultra Super says, Ben, I sprayed Polo Cologne Intense several minutes ago. It smells like they've really tried to modernize the OG with this one. Absolutely, you're right. It smells like a grapefruit with Bleu de Chanel on the top, doesn't it? Smells like the Bleu de Chanel EDT, doesn't it? I think it does. It actually is more different from it. Very green and pleasant. Yeah, it is more modernized. I do feel like it's more modern. I completely agree with you. In the dry down, there's Ambroxan, and Tonka is not really listed as a note, but I almost feel like there is almost a little bit of a Tonka snuck up in there, smooth in the background. I don't think they wanted to list it as a note because that might have scared people away. At least the people who really traditionally liked, Polo Green. It's a good fragrance. I just I don't know if that was the best DNA to try to make really modern. I think Polo would have been better if they were to make a brand new fragrance and take a risk. But again, all these brands know that there's power behind a fragrance. If there's a new Polo Green, there's so many loyal people who love something like Polo Green or YSLY or Aqua di Gio or anything like that, that they just make a new flanker and then people get excited about it. And there's so many loyal people who want to smell that new version that that's what they're likely to do. They're going to play the flanker game. I really wish Polo would just make a whole new line or willing to take a new risk, even come out with a whole new DNA. I mean, hey, take a risk, do something good. So, anyways, Grim Reaper says Mr. Oz, Mr. Niche, Fragrance View. Oh, Kerosene. I should have mentioned Kerosene again. I never saw Kerosene's original videos. I've heard that he was a pretty good guy. From what most people have said, they said he was a pretty cool guy. Y'all know how much I like Blackmail. I want to get Unknown Pleasures. That's absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully I said it right. I always mix it up with Unspoken or Unknown. I think it's Unknown. Anyways, he has some really good fragrances for sure. Let's see here. YouTubers who actually made their own scents and actually the full balls I've ever bought. Yeah, respect to those guys, absolutely. And check out their content and their fragrances. I'd like to see them get some more love. Mr. Niche has actually got himself on Lucky Scent, if y'all don't know. He's got himself on Lucky Scent. He actually has some people who are really loyal and he's really starting to build a fan base. So more power to him. It looks like he is having a world of success. At least that's what it's looked like. More power to him. I'd love Mr. Oz to get more popular. He's a cool guy. He's a cool cat. And give him some love over there. Fragrance View, I don't know how well he's selling now, But when he first launched, I think he said like almost everything was selling out fast, and he couldn't keep up with the stock, like making it because he was doing almost everything by hand. So that's a dream come true. And again, I kind of talked about it in the past, and that's one reason I want to do soap in my own way, is because if somebody has a passion and kind of communicates to an audience and and is transparent and shows and proves who they are, and then they have a mission. I mean, those are the kind of businesses I would like to support. I don't want to support a corporate. Corporations aren't not all of them are bad, but I don't like a mindless entity who is playing politicking games, and they aren't very accountable to the people, and you don't know the faces of it behind who's making decisions and things. um, you know and there's more communication. Anyways, I like supporting people like that, good people. Ultra Super says, I actually expected it to be a little deeper though. Yeah, the new polo green, it's not that it still has some complexity, but it's not as dense or as rich. They took away the tobacco, and it's not as woody as the original polo green. It still has some depth, but it's not as deep. I definitely feel what you're saying, Ultra Supra. I'd have 14% power, guys. I just did get that notification. We've been on here for an hour and a half, so I'm not going away. Again, keep noticing my hands are still dirty. I still got some epoxy still in my skin. But anyways, but thank y'all for being here. This is a great discussion. I'm glad that we got some big, kind of some, I guess, some tough topics for the fragrance community. But I hope that I'm a voice for good. I hope that I'm a voice for truth, and I'm helping people out there, make good decisions and know what's worth their money, and also learn about, who's really trying, I guess, who's putting quality and who's really putting forth a really good effort and all that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not the end all be all, and I don't know everything, but I do try my best. So I play the flanker game on LOL. Yeah, flankers can be fun. Don't get me wrong. Y'all know how much I love Pure Tonka by Moogler. Pure Tonka. That was good stuff. Ultra, anyways, I feel ya. I played the flanker, the YSL Ys and the Stronger with You. Oh, you have all of them. I want to get that YSL Y, the Let O version. Is that one boring, or do you think that one's recommended? I am a sucker for frosted glass bottles. That's one reason I honestly want it. I like frosted glass. I think it looks pretty. Stronger with You. I'm still not sure if I should get the Intensely or the Absolutely. Maybe Fantastic Voyage. Maybe you can swing me one way or another. I'm thinking maybe the Absolutely, because I like the rich, I like the deep and the heavy stuff. So I'm kind of thinking the Absolutely. But maybe you can help me out. Ultra Super says, just got the full bottle of YSL Le Parfum after sampling. It's very wearable and versatile. I love it. Arrows flame like dry down. Yeah, they're upping the ante in the marketing. YSL Le Parfum is already really popular, one of the big fragrances in the market, and I think they want to dominate. I think that they want to take. I think they want to steal the year. I think Yves Saint Laurent wants to take 2021, and I think they want to make YSL Le Parfum the biggest dang fragrance of the year. Take away that popularity from Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel and all that stuff. Hey, more power to them if y'all like it and if y'all are happy with it. More power to them. But it's funny to see that they're ambitious. They're ambitious, and YSL knows that there's a market for the taking, because you haven't seen any new Sauvage flankers. We haven't really seen any new Bleu de Chanel flankers. We haven't really seen a lot of. I mean, there's still advertisings for them, but not a lot of creativity or involvement. And that Yves Saint Laurent, that Y line is hot now. It's sizzling, and they're going to keep pushing that button. They're going to keep going. They're going to put pedal to the metal, baby. Anyways, I'm just joking around. Micah says it's an expensive hobby. Absolutely, this gets expensive really, really quick. And I've shown y'all a lot of Rojas, and actually I have quite a few Rojas. I have the reviews already recorded. I'm telling y'all, this stuff gets really, really expensive and really, really fast. And you can spend hundreds and thousands. But again, wear what you love, do things at your own pace, don't get in debt, and just have fun with it. And that's what it's all about. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. I mean, you got to keep yourself in check. Like me over here, I'm looking at Bodecia the Victorious, and I have never actually personally stepped into a boutique. I have never been in a boutique. I've never been in a high-end luxury store in my entire life. and I want to. I'm trying to work towards my dreams and my goals. Eventually, I'll get there. But right now, I'd love to go into Bodesia, and I wish I had all the money in the world, and maybe if just to feel like bougie, and and even if I don't like them, have the money to feel like I could buy them all, and kind of have that kind of feeling. So, I don't even know how many of the Bodicias I like. I've only smelled a handful of them, and they were really good. So, anyways, the Eau Fresh is oh, it's your favorite. Oh, fantastic voyage! You're tempting me with the Eau Fresh. I like that frosted glass. Oh, don't tell me that now. Don't tell me that. Dave R says, enjoy these a lot. I was into the one you did last week too. When's your next live? I do these Saturdays at 6 p.m. I used to do them both Friday and Saturday. I felt like maybe that was a little bit too much, and I try to, relax a little bit. And honestly, I'm not going on crazy dates or doing anything like that on Friday nights too much. But, you know, I do try to, have a little bit of me time. So 6 p.m. is kind of like when we can catch up, talk about the new releases, talk about a topic, have a little bit of fun. And yeah, this is, there was a time where I did lives every day for like a week or two. I kind of tried to switch up my channel. I don't know if that really worked for my channel. If people would have liked seeing that, and if it would have grown up my channel or something, I might have kept doing it. Again, it's not all about the views, but honestly, people started disappearing. I think I confused people. I think I confused the people. Anyways, let's catch up with the comments. So next week's, I always do them Saturday, 6 p.m. Central U.S. time, Central time. So you Ultra Super says absolutely for it's a beast performance, Ben. It's really long lasting. I like that. Again, not every fragrance has to be long lasting, but I do like rum, boozy, sweet, spicy. Oh goodness, I love that kind of combo. Fantastic Voyage says I would say stronger with you. Go intensely. It's heavier and thicker and sweeter of the five, followed by leather and by leather, and then so you're saying the intensely is even stronger than the absolutely. Hmm. You're saying it's stronger and sweeter. Which one though has more of like a confident vibe? I was kind of thinking about the Divana, but again, I love my Treachery by Maher Olfactive. Maybe I shouldn't go for the absolutely, because I already have something that has that Divana, that rugged vibe to the fragrance already. So maybe I should go with the intensely. Not really sure. Dave R with the thumbs up. I appreciate you, my friend. Again, I had 14% power a second ago, so I don't know how much I have. I probably should get going. But let me read this comment. Ultra Supra, if y'all have any other questions or thoughts for me, please put them in the comments and before I have to go. But I appreciate all of y'all for having a really fun weekend, having a really good time, and just hanging out. This was a good time. I felt like time flew by tonight. And honestly, I appreciate this because I had kind of a rough day. I really didn't, eat as enough as I should have, and then I worked a lot, and then you always run into some kind of problem. You always have problems in life. At least I do. At least I probably should have more than I should. And and then I popped on here. We had a good time. Let's see. Ultra Super says, yeah, in fact, the real hardcore folks in perfumery seem to have a very small fragrance collection. Roja Dove, for example, said he wears only one signature scent daily. Well, it's probably his Cheaper Extraordinaire. I think that's his fragrance, his thing that he loves, and I think he only makes it on his birthday or something like that. Yeah, more power to him. Again, I have 70. Honestly, in the future, if I'm able to wear out all these fragrances, honestly, I could downsize. I don't have to have more. One of these days, I might creep up to 100 bottles, but I really do not want to fill up a room. I don't want to fill up a house of fragrances. I'm not a collector. More power to the people who are, but that's not really my thing. Yeah, I like to smell and experience and review everything, but I really don't have to own it. So that's at least my attitude, but more power to you collectors out there. So anyways, we've been on here for an hour and a half. I want to say goodbye to everybody. Again, if you have a quick question real quick, you can't ask, but thank you so much for hanging out. It was a lot of good time, a lot of friendship, a lot of love, a lot of fragrance talking. Ultra Super says, I actually think no one needs more than 50. No, I mean, if you have more than 5 fragrances, that's a luxury. Or maybe, some people would argue fragrances are luxury. You don't need any fragrance. Yeah, but if you have more than a couple fragrances, that's luxury. And we got a lot to be thankful for. We got a lot of beautiful things. So again, don't feel like you have to buy the best next new best thing out there, but do try to smell as much as you can. Again, if you are in a big city near a boutique, take advantage of it. Make some friends. Go to the fragrance counter. Talk to some people. If you have access to a big mall, smell it up. Smell all the new releases. Smell it all. But you don't necessarily have to blind buy it. Y'all know that. But again, there kind of is this culture of like blind buying everything. And I mean, sometimes if something's really affordable and discontinued or kind of an unusual flanker, sometimes that's how you have to play it because you're not going to get your hands on it any other way. But I mean, just have fun, my friends. Anyways, Micah says, "Take care, be well, always thankful." Absolutely. I just got a pop up. I got the 4 or 5% power, so I got to go anyways. But thank y'all, everybody. Have a beautiful evening. Take it easy. Y'all know what I say. I do encourage y'all to cook some new food, to get your hands on some fun new spices. Take care of yourself and your health and all that good stuff. If you can't visit friends, Skype them or something like that. Be safe, be careful, all that good stuff. And I'll see you soon. Again, for you loyal 9 people who are here, do check out my Instagram. I post almost every single day. So if you like seeing regular fragrance content, I review and I talk about, it's not the same regurgitated content. I have all kinds of stuff on my Instagram I don't talk about here and on YouTube. I probably should post both of the same things on each other. Sometimes I'll do that with videos, but I have over like 1,000 posts on Instagram. Most of them are original content. So it's definitely addictive. Oh yeah, it is addictive, my friend. I wish I could buy them all up. I want to walk into that boutique right now, and I want to buy 20 Boudicca the Victoriouses and spend like, how much would that cost? $6,000? I don't have that kind of money. Anyways, Micah, off to White Castle. Get yourself a good sandwich, my friend. Get you something good. I forget if they have ice cream or not, but hey, get a chocolate shake if you can, and have some fun out there, Micah. Have a great evening. Yes, take it easy, my friends. Have a wonderful Sunday. Relax. Just take it easy and cook something good for me. I'll see you soon, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll be back to reviewing. I'll have a new beautiful fragrance Monday, and y'all know I upload Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays 3 times a week. Always got something going on for you. Upload very regularly, and I'll see you soon, everybody. Have a good one. Peace out, and bye.